can't do it with smelling like that.
All right, you ready?
No, I'm not.
It's not gonna smell,
Dude. Yes, it will. Yeah, I'm ready. Count me down.
3, 2.
What's up, B2D? We want to welcome you to our first episode. We're excited to be here. We're excited to be bringing you, of course, episode 1, bringing you a lot of content. We're recording this on July 2nd, but you'll be seeing this on July 4th. So happy Independence Day. So what's up, guys? How we feeling? What we got going on this week?
Man, I'm thrilled to just be doing this first episode. We got a lot of traction and a lot of motivation just based off of the following that we've got from previous TikToks and stuff. We're just playing it as it goes. I don't know. I've said it in the past. If you only saw what we have behind the camera, you'd know that we're pretty dedicated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's up, Slimmy?
I don't know, dude. I'm ready to get it going. I'm excited. I've been excited about it since y'all hit me up when I was in Daytona in the hotel room.
Yeah, so of course, we forgot introduction here, but I'm Knox. You've seen it in the TikToks, I'm sure. This is Junebug. This is Slimmy. They're also known as Jonah, Logan. That you may not have heard their names before, but now you have. So what are we doing for 4th of July, guys? I know where you're going, but they don't know where you're going.
So July 4th, I'll be out of state. I'll be heading up to Baltimore to attend the Little People Conference. It's a gathering that we have every summer. And people who look like me, times 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 will be there. It's quite a riot. It's an adventure. And yeah, a lot of drinking will be had, a lot of partying.
For sure.
I know me and Knox will be down at West Point Lake riding some jet skis, and we'll get to the fireworks that night. Should be a good old time.
Should be a good time. I'm excited to go to the lake. We couldn't pull our 4th along with us.
Yeah.
But that's all right. You'll meet our 4th soon. But today we just wanted to come on here with our first episode and kind of introduce you to who we are, our friendship,
how this all got started,
how this all got started, and why we're doing this. But I'll let Junebug kind of start us off with that.
So I'm the oldest out of all of us by a year and some change. And in elementary school, I ran into Knox on a basketball court out of all places. I know it seems crazy, but back then my mom was helping my sisters do Girl Scouts, and their troop always met at the primary school, which is where Knox went and his mom taught at, and so it worked out because I took the transfer bus over and shot hoops and ran into Knox, and the rest is history.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought if you look at me and Jonah here, you wouldn't have thought the basketball court.
They've got me in the frame.
You wouldn't have thought that the basketball court would be where we met. I played a little bit of basketball, but I'll talk more about myself later. But
dude, does upward basketball even count as playing basketball? Because they didn't even really keep score.
We kept scoring in our heads.
Like in your heads, you're going to school on Monday.
I was killing it.
Exactly. You're really just there to learn about the Bible at halftime.
I was prime Shaq. Honestly,
I don't know, bro.
Back then, you played ball, and then you had the halftime speech of the gospel. So I mean, it kind of worked out for us. I can't speak for all of us.
Me as an 8-year-old, I'm trying to win. I don't care. As bad as this sounds, as bad as this
back then,
sound,
yeah.
I didn't care nothing about that halftime speech.
Oh, I also didn't like. You remember they gave us like little stars or whatever. Like, if I got the sportsmanship star, that means I sucked that game.
Yeah.
Like I scored maybe 2 points. They're like, you did a great job scoring 2 points, and you were cheering. I got kicked out of a few upward games. But
tell us about that, because I gotta hear that. Out of a church event.
Yeah.
Dude, you had Coach Bobby Cone sitting in a recliner.
I remember that. That's like they carried it straight out of his living room.
For those of you who don't know, to give you some preface, the guy we're talking about, who was the upward coach at the time, he used a recliner and coached games from it. It was ecstatic. It was amazing.
Honestly, if ESPN called it, they're doing it 30.
Well, let's keep in mind who this is.
That is Bryant's dad, which is Conehead,
which is our fourth. You haven't seen him on TikTok. You haven't seen him anywhere.
You're going to see him. You're going to see him.
You'll see him eventually with our other stuff, but we'll talk about Bryant later.
I feel like we need to hire Brian as Freddie.
Our cameraman for sure.
Little iCarly.
Yeah, but so I'll tell my story about getting kicked out of the upper.
Yeah, because I gotta hear that.
They didn't call a lot of fouls, and I got a lot of rebounds. I'm not the tallest guy now. Slimmy has me by about 4 inches now, but back then I was tall for my age, and I got a lot of rebounds. So that came with getting hit a lot, trying to go back up with a shot.
I can't relate.
And trying to go back up with the shot, I would get fouled a lot. And a guy that I could say we're all good friends, but you're better friends with him than I guess we are. But
yeah.
Max T jumped on my back one time and hung there.
I think I heard about that.
You probably did. I ended up punching him or shoving him or something, and they threw me out of the upward game. That was one time, and then the other time, I was this is no joke. I remember this, and upward was all about sharing the ball, and getting assists, and being a good sport.
This guy was like Draymond Green.
Well, I was on an absolute heater. I had scored the last 3 buckets, and they're like, "Hey, you got to pass the ball straight up." I just pull it, wham, and then they kicked me out of the game. So,
bro, you remember, speaking of getting kicked out of games and fights and stuff, you remember middle school, we'd run into the gym, we'd be playing football, and then all of a sudden it turned into a boxing match in the locker room?
Well, I did get in the boxing match
in the locker room. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all were very hostile in y'all's class.
Knox goes to, he goes to beating this dude up. I'm talking crazy. And then all of a sudden, for the next 3 days, you don't see him. Dude's sitting
I was out for a week.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But, dude, one time we went to lunch, and there was this kid, and God, he was the worst.
He was the worst.
If you're watching this, I'm sorry.
I'm sure you're a great guy now, but you were the worst in middle school.
Probably not. But anyway, he's in the lunchroom talking some bull junk, you know? And we get back in there, and I don't know why, but me and him went to fight, and all of a sudden he turns around, Knox picks him up, and straight up
you decked him
tombstone pile drive him into the bleachers.
Well, you punched him first.
I punched him, and he turned around, and
I just.
It was the coolest thing I've ever saw. It was it was prime WWE, and we used to trade action figures back in the day.
This goes to say this: me and Slimmy did not get in a lot of trouble.
Nah.
And we didn't get in trouble for that. It wasn't seen.
We probably should have.
Yeah, for sure. My fight is the only time I had any trouble throughout my, 13 years of school? 14 if you count pre-K?
Academically, we were all there. We just kind of got a little...
Dude, I got in dumb trouble when I was little.
Well, with your parents?
Yeah,
or at school?
Dude.
Well, I got in trouble
one time,
too, but...
my brother, we're out there shooting a BB gun in the yard, we live on the dirt road.
This is when you shot him.
Brother gonna take the target out of the way. And I was already mad. I just cocked that son of a gun and shot him in the butt. Why not? He fell on the ground like a dead turkey.
Lance, if you're watching this, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, he's probably still got a pellet in his butt. I bet he don't take it again.
Well, we talked about how we met.
Yeah.
How we met. All right, obviously me and him have a lot of stories, but we all have a bunch of stories. But you want to tell that about how we met?
So I don't quite know if it was at church, but I do know that we were on the same football team, and we were 7.
7 years old.
We were playing for the Bulldogs. I think we lost every game
except
but one.
Yeah.
And we were awful.
Bad.
We were terrible.
We were bad.
But all I know is from then on we were buddies.
We were buddies. There's a picture of me, you, and you remember KD? R.I.P. KD.
Yeah, R.I.P. KD. I remember. I was actually thinking about him the other day because he used to come to practice with a school polo over his pads.
Oh yeah.
He had the long sleeve.
He would pull the polo.
So in rec ball, they pretty much dress you to look like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
And Buddy comes out there with a long sleeve polo shirt on.
Over the
pads. Hey, you knew KD. He was in the
band.
Yeah,
I was in the. So in 8th grade, we had the opportunity at Lamar to be in the high school band.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Hey, we preface all this to say R.I.P. KD.
Yeah.
Unfortunate accident took KD too early.
Yeah.
Great guy, funniest guy in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talented.
But Yeah, so we met through football, and then these two,
kind of met through you, I guess.
well, through me, and that year where he was the.
Oh yeah, he was a water boy. He was a water boy for our middle school football team.
Water boy, strong manager.
Okay, manager.
Either way, Coach Otto.
Sorry to downplay the title, but
Coach Otto made me a band nerd. I knew. I was like, yeah, this coach, something's wrong with him.
Brannick's like, get my clipboard.
Yeah.
Hey, and Coach Brannick, I work with you now, and I love you dearly, and you made me love football even more. Hey, but you're a nut, and you know it. But I do love you, and we all love you. But
yeah.
Oh man.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. But we have so many stories. But I guess talking about ourselves a little more. I'm a high school teacher. I'm also a high school football and high school wrestling coach. I'm the head wrestling coach, and I coach offensive line and football. But I have a great time with it. People that say education sucks just don't do it right. And I thoroughly enjoy teaching. I thoroughly enjoy coaching. But what you see here is what I enjoy probably the most in life, and that's just spending time with these guys.
Yeah.
You know, I go about my days teaching, and right now it's obviously summer, but we have practice and stuff, and then I get to see these boys.
Non-stop.
But
yeah, I to continue on to that, my day job is car sales. I've been in that for quite a while. I didn't know I'd fall in love with it as much as I do today. Learn a lot just in the sales world in general, and dealing face-to-face interaction with people. Before COVID, during COVID, and after COVID, it's been a world of an experience in itself. But yeah, like Knox said, I mean, just to come home and be able to leave your job to come do some fun stuff like this, you know, who knows how it'll end up, but as it sits now, it's something that we all enjoy doing.
yeah, for sure.
Well, I played baseball at Lamar County High School, which was the high school I went to, and I signed to go play JUCO ball at Andrew College in 2019.
Cut boys.
And my first year, COVID hit, so you know I got some eligibility back, and I ended up staying for 4 years.
He's a true JUCO bandit.
Okay. It's not like I was a JUCO bandit. I was a JUCO bandit by choice.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to be a bandit.
I committed Savannah State, which was a D2, after my third year, which technically would have been my second year, not for COVID. And then I was on the way home for the summer. We had just lost the conference tournament, and I was like, I'm going to go back. Why not? And so I called my head coach at the time and tell him I want to go back, and he was like, all for it. Needless to say, I went back. We won the conference and went to the World Series. And then I committed to go play baseball at FAMU. Go Rats. And yeah, I had a good year at FAMU, and everything's got to come to an end at some point. So now I'm back home. Just got done running a camp for the kids. The podcast sponsored it. You can see that on TikTok. And yeah, I mean, that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, but you know, all this goes to say, and that kind of leads us to why we're doing this, which we've kind of said it already. We do this because, one, we love it. We love each other. We love spending time with each other. But we do too many things outside of this that we felt like could be documented and you would want to see. We do a lot of sports-based things. I think we all bond over sports.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's got some parlays he's ran in the past that have hit big, which has continued our addiction, unfortunately.
Man. Yeah, so be looking for it. In the fall 2024 college football, we got Slimmy Slips coming up. You're going to have every Saturday my college football picks. I'm not going to always tell you they're the best, but they're logical.
You can count on it.
I'll give you a story behind it.
Yeah,
you can count on the parlay.
He'll give you a good reason behind every pick. And we'll have a lot of things coming your way. We're not just a sports podcast. As you can see, we have a lot of stories we can tell you. We have a lot of things that we just sit around and talk about that a lot of times, they may be funny. They may not make sense to you, but God, we get a laugh out of them.
And if this podcast doesn't work, I mean, I was thinking too, we should have documented our life 10 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
To sit and watch us go through life with each other, I mean, it's an experience in itself, and to watch it, I mean, you know, we hope to get a following, but, you know, That's up to you guys.
Dude, we've been on some crazy adventures together. I think that's
man.
where our logo come from. If you look at the logo, it's a road sign.
It's a road map to know in.
I mean, we just go different places for the fun of it.
Man.
We've been everywhere from South Georgia to North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Heck, he took Brian to Texas.
Yeah, y'all went to Texas together. But that's stuff we want to document for you guys, and things like Georgia games that we enjoy going to. I mean, you could see the pictures right now from the Georgia-Oregon game one year when we're on the field.
With DeAndre Swift.
And another thing that I'm really excited about is how many connections we all have with people as far as guys in the league, guys in the MLB for you, NFL guys for me, or coaches, or.
Needless to say, we got some pretty cool guests that are going to come on the podcast. We're not going to spoil that, but just know
it's all because of the friendship.
Yeah, we got some good stuff in the works for you, and not just guests. We don't want to have guests every week because that's not what this is. Now we will have them, and they'll be a lot of fun when we come on. And but we do this because we enjoy it, and we want to give you insight on not necessarily who we are, but we feel like what we do is enough to gain a following and show you our adventures.
So if you're bored and you're scrolling through TikTok just like every other American is, stop by and watch our video.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of that, earlier, me and Knox were sitting in the kitchen. He opens the refrigerator, and I was like, "Hey, bro, let's play a game."
Ooh.
He's like, "What?" I said, "Let's play What Are the Odds?" Loser gets a concoction made out of the refrigerator. Needless to say, I lost.
Yeah.
And you go ahead and
what
let
was
them
this
know.
concoction?
You go ahead and let them know what was in that.
All right, give me a second. It was
sriracha.
So it was in a little glass. It was sriracha, pickle juice, lemon juice, and teriyaki sauce.
Oh.
And that's very minor compared to the things we do to each other. And he cooked that up out of nowhere. But
I mean, in the past, it wasn't nothing for Knox to just throw dirt in his mouth.
Okay, that was one time.
He threw up. He threw up for hours.
Wasn't that Perry?
Yeah.
That told me to,
no, it was me, but he was there.
Perry was there.
We were leaving. We were getting out of his.
What a guy! What a guy! It was raining too. That's when he ran down. Del Rey.
Yeah, because y'all left me.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah.
That ran down Del Rey?
And then I had to walk back from Freeman.
Ugly.
Happy New Year.
A bit pressure washing the skin off.
We just got so many stories, man. It's crazy.
We can't wait to share with you guys. But if you've made it this far in the video and you haven't liked and subscribed and also followed our other social medias, obviously we'd appreciate it. But if you made it this far in the video, you might as well.
Hey, and at this point, we're probably still chasing that $100. Go to TikTok and give us a like, subscribe, follow everything, and win $100. I mean,
because it's sponsored. It's going to be sponsored by our first advertisement above, Sharpton Development.
Which that's his dad, and we appreciate you. You're the OG for real. We appreciate you, Big Money.
We have a pretty good time with Big Money.
Yeah, Big Money's the guy.
He's a pretty much a day one.
Dude, he's wild.
Before it even started.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
Before it started, he was in support of this, but he's sponsoring the $100 giveaway, which we're super appreciative of. His sign will be up there every week because he's such a big support in this. If you have a company or a brand that you wanna sponsor us and be on this wall, we'd love to have you. We'll put you right up here with the Sharpton Development sign. But we appreciate you watching.
We really need to hop on that Zero FG energy drink. They're right down the road. Y'all get with us, man. Come on.
If y'all see this, let's get with it. For real, it's a good drink.
Dude.
And
we did.
And it's a local company.
Shameless plug here.
Yeah.
Shameless plug because we're not getting paid to say this at all. We have no sponsor from them, nothing. It's a good energy drink. It's local. And they won't hit us back.
I was about to say, y'all tag them.
Something's got to give.
Tag them in the comments
tag
or
them on
something,
TikTok.
We gotta have it.
Yeah, tag them on TikTok. Tag them on Instagram when we post more on Instagram, stuff like that.
I got something to say. So obviously,
something to say.
Yeah, we're not a sports podcast. We're not a podcast oriented to something specific. Yeah. However, July 16th.
Ooh!
After 11 years of hiatus, bullcrap, we're finally seeing EA Sports drop college football.
Let's go.
And for those of you who don't know, and by this point you know that we're huge into college football, this is something, I mean, I lose.
It's colossal. It's like the colossal dogs from Eagles.
Yeah.
When I saw those, I was mind blown.
This is an unprecedented event because it's been 11 years.
Yeah.
11 years ago, I was 12.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like that, Tom.
And there are, well, I won't say that, but there are.
I gained 2.5 feet since the last game came out.
So, this is an unprecedented event, and we will be playing that game.
Yeah.
And by that,
drop a Twitch or something.
2 weeks from now, we'll have a Twitch account. We'll also have our gamer tags out there, maybe.
And that's when B-Cone steps in.
Yeah, that's when Conehead steps in,
Oh,
and he's like that on the game. Now, he may rage a little bit, but he's like that on the game.
Talk about the most analytical man when it comes to franchises on Madden,
Dynasties
on college
Road to
football.
glory.
Road to
Every
glory.
time we start
He is
every
there.
time we start something on the show, he's like trying to tell me what to do, and I'm just going for all the big names.
Oh, he
all the rookies. And he has,
Brian's
he
analytical,
has,
boy.
dude, his head is about to pop off his shoulders.
Yeah.
He's so mad.
He's freaking raging. He's like, do it right.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see how many home runs I can hit.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to score 30 runs.
Yeah,
I'm playing 1 year of this, bro. That's
Yeah,
it.
I ain't touching this after about
2
12 hours. Yeah,
Bro,
see ya.
I'm playing.
B-Cone's like, what does 5 years look like?
Like, all right.
Yeah.
He's like, we got to make sure his contract is right. No, man, we love Brian. Brian, I said this. We sit around and talk all the time, but Brian's our glue guy.
Dude.
For the friendship. He holds us together.
He's always been the glue guy.
And when things have gone south for us, he
He's
picks
been
us
there.
right back up. He puts us back together, is what
Countless
he does, which
times.
is why I say he's the glue guy.
Yeah.
And whether it's just life in general happens, we don't necessarily grow apart, but we go through things, and
That's why we're talking about him.
yeah.
I mean, he's a huge impact on all of us, and although he's got other priorities, he is going to be in appearance a few times throughout the
We'll convince
podcast.
We'll convince him.
him.
There's
It'll
a
be
spot
easy.
big enough right
Yeah,
here for old
It'll
Big
be
Joe.
easy. If I have to sit on his lap, by all means. But you're going to see him, and it's going to be good.
Man, we got a lot of good things coming your way, and as you can tell, we're really excited for it.
Oh yeah.
But more than anything, we just hope you guys get in for the ride because that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be an adventure with us. And if you're not, like I said earlier, if you're not following at this point, either A, you don't like it, which it's not for everybody,
Yeah.
or B, you just haven't done it yet, and you need to get in.
If
with
you
us.
don't like it, share it to somebody who may.
Yeah, for real. And,
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, if you don't like it,
help it
trash it in the comments.
Yeah, trash it
Go
in the
for it.
comments.
I love reading that kind
Dude,
of stuff.
we need critics. We need to know what to do. We're new to this. We need to know what to do, suggestions, all that.
Yeah, so we appreciate you watching. It's a big deal that you guys gave it even a view, and for us to be on here and know we're getting views, and guys that have already supported us in the comments, stuff like that, we're really appreciative of that.
Yeah,
And if you're one of my former students, I do love you guys, but yeah, and I don't see you supporting this for very long. You're just happy that Coach Knox is doing something.
Coach Knox.
So I do appreciate you guys watching. If you're watching, I appreciate you commenting on the TikToks, all that stuff. And I know both of y'all have great followings too. It's not just my kids, but
Yeah, so let's get it going.
Think
Yeah,
that's a
so-
wrap on episode
yeah,
1.
I think that's episode 1, guys. I think like I said, we got a lot of good things for you. But if you don't think we can grow this thing with you, you don't think you're our family, we beg to
We beg
differ.
to differ, baby. That's it.